rise. It's for a moment of silence. In light of everything that has gone on this past week, if we've been following the national news, today we ask God the Father and we pray that our nation, state, county, and local officials lead through wisdom, peace, and unity and follow the guidance of God our Father. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of preparing accurate written minutes. Recordings are overwritten following approval of the minutes, eliminating all unofficial records of these proceedings. The first item is the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held July 11th, 2024.
Motion approved. Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Abstained since I was absent.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes. Are there any guests here concerning county business? Yes. Stand and state your name.
Hi, I'm Patrick Holland. I'm a supervisor from Penn Forest Township. I had some questions about the Open Space Advisory Board. I had hoped to attend the past two meetings to seek some clarification on how the money would be allotted. As you guys remember, I'm pretty passionate about trying to make trails through the county and get us other ways of, recreation and whatnot. And I had hoped to attend the past two meetings to see if the money could be allotted for legal fees to gain easements for greenways. I know that's kind of a specific question I can't have answered right here, but I just want, being that the last two meetings were canceled, I just wanted to see, is that still moving forward, or where are we at with the Open Space Board?
You want me to answer that? I don't know if you've seen that we had an MOU with Northampton, and the guidelines that were given to the committee, we reviewed it and there was a couple issues that we didn't like within it, and it's being looked at Northampton again to see if it is gonna be suitable for us, and I think, we're not rushing through because we don't want something in there, like even if you're asking for something specific, we don't want that negated from any kind of policy or procedures, so
Okay.
we're trying, in fact, I'm hoping like either today or tomorrow, we should have the policy back. And we're actually gonna be doing interviews for the person for that position. And we'd like to have that person in the position before we set everything, have a kickoff for it. That way at least the new person that's coming in will know what the rules and regulations are gonna be. And I know it's like a slow procedure, but we wanna make it right.
Perfect.
And I just did talk, in fact, on Monday, I talked to Northampton, and they're going over our final, what was in our decisions, and hopefully by next week, we should be able to move forward with it.
Okay, very cool.
Alright.
Thank you for the information, I appreciate it.
No.
Any further guests?
Next item is the opening of bids, CDBG projects. The first one is Jim Thorpe Borough, Water Sewer Improvements, Cherry Avenue, Water Main, fiscal years 2020 and 21. The first bid is from Barker and Barker Paving and Excavating. That's what it reads. The amount bid, $72,250.
And there is a bond for 10%.
Next bidder, Cobalt Construction Incorporated. Total amount bid, $88,850.
Does contain a bid bond for 10%.
The next bidder is Lehigh Asphalt Paving and Construction. The amount bid, $94,309.
Has to be one in here. Oh, there it is. And there's a bond for 10%.
Okay, and our last bidder for this project is Bruce George Paving and Excavating. With the amount bid, $98,496.
And it contains a 10% bid bond.
Motion to turn the bids over to planning and development for awardo and for rejection in 2 weeks.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Our next project is Lansford Borough Street Improvements, reconstruct Rimble Wall and Street, fiscal year 2020. The first bidder is Cobalt Construction. $577,790.
There's a bid bond for 10%.
And our last bidder for this project is Stony Lonesome Excavating. The amount bid, $384,900.
There is a bid bond for 10%.
Motion to turn the bids over to planning and development for review and awardo or rejection in 2 weeks.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Next item is the report of executive sessions held.
There was one on Friday the 12th, July 12th, 2024 at 1:30 PM, and it was to discuss personnel.
The department reports. The budget transfers.
Motion approved.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
There are no supplemental appropriations. Expenditures, approval of payroll check numbers. 75985 through 76053, and direct deposit checks number 6066519 through 6066958 for the payroll paid through the payroll fund checking account for all county funds totaling $745,737.48. This is the payroll dated July 12, 2024.
Motion to ratify.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Approval of check numbers 244940 through 244992 for expenditures through the general fund clearing account totaling $182,134.05.
Motion approved.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The treasurer's report?
Motion to approve as presented?
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes. We will recess the commissioners' meeting at this time and move on to the salary board.
Your first item is the approval of the minutes of the salary board meetings held June 6, 2024 and reconvened June 20th, 2024.
Motion approved.
Second?
Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes. Are there any guests here concerning salary board business? Hearing none, move on.
The report of executive sessions held.
Excuse me, Ellie. The minutes were supposed to be for the 6th, 13th, and 20th. Sorry.
The 13th was,
Yes.
Yes.
there was no quorum.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just to
Okay,
reschedule,
so
yeah.
it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
there were
Just
no
wanna make sure.
minutes to report.
Sorry.
Okay.
Did we do the report, executive sessions?
Report executive, there was executive session held on July 15th, 2024 at 1:30 PM.
So our first item is children and youth. Establish the position of one county casework supervisor 2 at $25.75 per hour, grade S6, step I, effective July 22nd, 2024.
Motion established.
Second?
Mrs. Harmon?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Abolish the position of one county caseworker 1 at $23.93 per hour, grade S5, step H, effective July 22nd, 2024.
Motion abolished.
Second?
Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Establish the position of 2 county caseworker interns at $13.46 per hour, grade 1, step A, effective July 22nd, 2024.
Motion to establish?
Second?
Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Area Agency on Aging, change the rate of one aging care manager supervisor from $21.14 per hour, grade S6, step A, to $22.76 per hour, grade S6, step D, effective July 22nd, 2024.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Mrs. Harmon?
Yes.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Establish the position of one part-time senior center operator 1 at $23.93 per hour, grade S5, step H, effective July 22nd, 2024.
Motion established.
Second?
Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The Parks Department established the position of 4 lifeguards at $14.13 per hour, grade 2, step A, effective July 22nd, 2024.
Motion established.
Second.
Mrs. Herman?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes. Set it for, and we will adjourn the salary board meeting and reconvene the commissioners' meeting.
The next item is the personnel reports for county departments.
Motion to approve.
No, second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein? Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The acknowledgements for courts and row offices.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Correspondence was received as listed. Copies will be made available to the press upon request. Advertising, CDBG. For ratification, authorize the advertisement of the public hearing notice regarding modification to Jim Thorpe Borough Housing Rehab Project, federal fiscal years 2022 and 2023, Community Development Block Grant funds to move $82,136, federal fiscal year 2022, and $82,160, federal fiscal year 2023, to water treatment plant equipment upgrades, phase 1.
Motion to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Children and youth agreements for approval and execution, the fiscal year 2024-2025 purchase of service agreements with the providers as listed and as per the attached rates.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
An invoice report for approval and execution, the Children and Youth Services fiscal year 2023-2024, third quarter Act 148 invoice report totaling $1,196,487.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Communications 911 for approval. Resolution authorizing the submission of an application to the Commonwealth Financing Authority for a Monroe County local share grant in the amount of $986,859.20 to be used for countywide P25 law enforcement mobile radios. Need a motion to adopt the resolution and authorize the execution and filing of the grant application.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Farmland preservation, appraisal services for acceptance. Proposal was received from Andrus Appraisals of Palmerton, Pennsylvania, for appraisal services of farms under consideration for the purchase of an agricultural conservation easement from Robert and Michelle Sellert of Weatherly, Pennsylvania, and John and Diane Straukas of Andrus, Pennsylvania, at a cost of $3,000 per farm for a total cost of $6,000.
Motion accept.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Information technology for approval and execution. Renewal agreements of Integra One of Allentown, Pennsylvania for the services as listed totaling $10,358.53.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Service agreement for approval and execution. The annual service agreement with Rogers Clock Service of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for the Courthouse Tower clock at a cost of $375, which represents an increase of $35.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
The solicitor's report.
Thank you. For the Agency on Aging, seeking a motion for approval and execution of an addendum/extension to agreements with Caregivers America LLC of Clark Summit, PA, and Maximum Care Incorporated of Whitehall, PA, to continue to provide personal care and home support services for the term July 1st, 2024 through June 30th of 2026 at the rate of $20.92 per hour, which is an increase from the previous rate of $20.28 per hour.
Motion to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Next, seeking a motion for approval of termination of the agreement between the County of Carbon Area Agency on Aging and Accessing Independence, doing business as Independent Living Services to provide personal care and home support services effective August 9, 2024.
Motion to approve.
Again.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
And if I may, I'll just take the next three, since they're related items, 349 through 351, seeking approval and payment of refunds resulting from the stipulation and agreement in the assessment appeal litigation for property in Palmerton Borough by the property owner Bethesda Zinc US Incorporated. This would result in refunds in the amount of $64.76, $4,542.79, and $4,661.10.
Motion approved, make payment on the 3.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Nothing further for the solicitor's report.
Any further business? Commissioners' reports, Mr. Honor?
Nothing at this time.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes, I just want to mention the motion we just passed to reimburse for the zinc company properties in Palmerton. That we have to pay back the taxes paid, what was it, for 1 year or 2 years?
It was the last year, yeah.
Last year's taxes, so that is gonna be the loss of revenue every year of about $9,000. That's just to the county, not counting the Borough of Palmerton, as well as the Palmerton Area School District. You know, and this is the reason that we are contesting and hiring appraisers to contest some of these appraisals that are ridiculous amounts that are being lowered and trying to combat it. And a little disappointed in the Lehighton Area School District and not joining us in that fight against the reduction in taxes. They stand to lose $7,000 a year. So if we were only 50% successful in that, you know, they'd save $3,500 a year or keep from losing that $3,500. The county, I think it was less than $2,000, but it's appeals like this that add up, and our revenues have not been going up due to real estate costs. As high as all the property values are, we have not really seen any major increase in revenues from the total assessed value of county property. So we're getting hammered all the time, and you know, we just have to step up to the plate. It's gonna cost us some money, but so far we've been successful in remaining in the black with our appeals and joining with other school districts and municipalities and getting appraisals and keeping that appraisal value up a little bit. So that's all I have.
Mr. Sifranco?
The only thing I have is I remind everyone that this weekend there will be movie night out at Mock Junk Lake Park. So I think it starts at 8:45. You're all invited. It is free of charge. Come out and enjoy the beach. The movie will be on the beach. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. That's all I have. Anything else? Meeting adjourned. We will move to the retirement board.
Ready?
I'm ready and you're ready.
Looking for a motion for approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held June 20th, 2024.
Motion approved.
Second?
Mr. Zelinka?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman, yes. Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Are there any guests concerning retirement board business? Hear none? There were no executive sessions held. Looking for a motion to ratify warrant checks number 41060 to 41068, direct deposit number 7027365 to 7027784 for June.
Motion ratified.
Second.
Mr. Zelinka?
Yes.
Mrs. Herman, yes. Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Retirement activity for June. There were 5 retirement refunds, 1 superannuation retirement, 1 deceased. On behalf of the retirement board, we offer our condolences to the family of Mary Barron. Disbursements for June. Monthly benefits were $494,860.61. Option 4 was $79,593.64. Refunds, $18,364.29, for a total disbursement of $592,818.54. As of June 30th, our portfolio value was $89,486,915.82. As of July 15th, our portfolio value was up to $91,634,215.
Motion to approve the refund.
As amended.
As amended. No more mistakes like that.
There were no correspondence received. Anything for the solicitor's report?
Nothing.
Anything for new business or old business? Nope. Further business?
Meeting adjourned. Okay, we will, I guess we'll start in the back to today. Last week, I think we started with today we'll start it back with TV 13. No questions? Wow. Amy, you're good too? Huh? You're never that lucky. That's okay.
Under the correspondence, the communication with S&P Global Ratings, what does that do with the county? Like, how does that affect the county, the rating?
Affects our loaning ability, come the first of the year when we have to borrow funds to survive from January 1st till April till the taxes keep coming in. It's likely to be a good increase in interest rates that we'll have to pay back. The county simply does not have the fund balance they had at one time. So it is gonna really cost the county additional funds because we don't have a fund balance. So we'll pay higher interest, we have to borrow. We will not have the funds available that we had last year from the capital funds. Doesn't look good for having the railroad or the parking lot fund. I don't think we're gonna have a whole lot left in there till the end of the year, so it's gonna affect us big time.
And what was the reason that caused the drop from AA to AA minus?
Combination of everything.
Well, yeah, we had some issues with getting the timely report on the audit, and the fund balance is the biggest issue, I would say, on why our credit rating was lowered so much. And with the debt we already have, that's what affects the credit rating from a positive to a negative. So that is not healthy. I believe the recommended amount of fund balance is 25%, and we are far below that now. At one time, we were well above that, and without looking at other future needs, expenses, increase in costs, salaries, et cetera, the fund balance was spent down, and now we're in trouble.
Thank you. May I get a copy of that communication as well as the planning on the correctional facility public water system report? With regards to the LSA grant for P25 law enforcement mobile radios, how many would that grant cover if you guys are successful in
It
getting
was
that?
92 portables, and I'm not sure what all the other equipment was. The average cost of those portable radios, because, and we approved the grant application for $4,625,000 for the interoperability grant with Schuylkill County to go to the digital system. These new radios cost about $10,000 each, plus programming and other accessories. So it's a huge amount of money. The fire service, EMS, will be facing the same issue in the upcoming years. Some are already feeling the effects of it. I spoke to one fire department this morning that they did get a grant for new radios. They will be going to the new system, digital system. I didn't question how many radios they would be getting with portables and mobile radios, but they got a grant. I think it was for $364,000, and it will cost them an additional $30,000 for those radios plus programming, etc. So yeah, it's a huge expense. We did have a meeting yesterday, with Senator Fetterman's office, and that was one of the topics that we talked about, along with transportation, infrastructure, bridges, etc. But that was one of the topics, because when we get to the fire service, I know the fire chiefs will be meeting with some people next month on a lot of questions they have on the interoperability with other brands of radios, not just Motorola, which seems to have a higher cost, and the others have gone to other radios such as Kenwood, etc. So questions on will they even be able to use those radios that they just purchased. But we talked about possibility of grants, and the fire service certainly has a lot more radios than the police do. We have, maybe 6-7 pieces of apparatus in the department, and the mobiles are more expensive than the portables. You have your fire police radios, your fire officers. Each apparatus has a mobile or a portable radio for interior firefighting. And, they usually carry 2 or 3 other radios, so I keep in contact with our interior firefighters, so we can, for accountability purposes. So we're looking at probably millions of dollars on upgrades to the radio system. Now, it's just not gonna happen overnight. We have not gotten formal approval on the $4 million grant with Schuylkill County yet. That has not been approved yet. It is in the top running, among the top 3. It was submitted to appropriations. So it is moving forward. We're hoping that it's a public safety issue and it stands up there really high. And the reason for these radio changes is the interoperability. When you have a fire on a long county line, such as Schuylkill County fatal fire, you got 3 counties involved, 3 different frequencies, 3 comm centers. With this new capability that they'll be able to switch bands to different frequencies and talk directly to incident command or the different sectors they may have on the fire grounds, including police and other agencies in major and national disasters. So, going to be a huge expense. I think the municipalities should prepare themselves. The volunteers, even EMS, when you look at all the ambulances and the portables they have, the fire service, the amount of radios they have, and where are the people going to get the funding for this? So they better start planning now in their 2025 budget, because without that, they're putting the first responders at a great liability of not having proper communications, and it's a safety issue for all the services. So as you know, we did the elected officials program again this year, 16 people again, and I think the local elected officials have to step up to the plate and find out what their emergency services are really doing out there and the issues they have. These volunteers, especially the fire service, some of them are in good shape, some have great support of their municipalities, others get nothing, and these people cannot respond to incidents, raise money, and train. They just don't have enough time, or they have families as well, they have jobs as well. And without local support, we're gonna lose more and more volunteers. As you know now that when we have a major incident, it's even a minor incident, especially during the day, you might have 2, 3, 4 departments responding on automatic response just to get enough people together to do anything at even a simple fire.
Thank you. This is just basically step one, so it's just law enforcement, it only covers right now for this grant.
Well, I guess state one, or, yeah, the basic would be the installation of the equipment in the communications center. This is going into the second step of, getting the police online, and then EMS and fire as well. Now, you know, and that, it's not only them, it's our other agencies that are gonna be affected as well, adult probation, sheriff's department, juvenile probation, our radios here in the county on maintenance and other, radios. So, a lot of radios out there, and it's gonna affect them all.
Thank you. With regards to the lifeguards, you had four more positions hired. How many are currently on staff?
I think there's 12.
And why the need for the 4 extra ones?
Currently, those 12 obviously are hired. A lot of them are college students, which will be going back to school earlier, obviously in early August. So we're looking to add 4 additional to cover through the end of August and Labor Day. And that would add more positions and not, if you go through the process, there's a hiring process and all. So this would set us up not only for this year, but for future years and give the Parks Director more flexibility in scheduling more lifeguards.
Okay. And if they want to apply, it's on the county website?
Correct.
I think that is all I have then, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The only thing I'd like to note is when you do the lifeguards, there is a different rate for weekends and holidays. You may want to pursue that because that's the weekday rate, but there's different rates for weekends and holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything further? No, I don't think we have anything else. All good? All right. With that, enjoy your weekend.